I record the voiceovers for these videos using a relatively nice large diaphragm condenser microphone. I have it mounted to a part of an old microphone stand that's just kind of attached to my desk in a pretty janky fashion. It's really only ever been kind of a temporary fix, and I decided to get something a little bit more permanent, something that would attach to the desk. So I found an armature lamp at IKEA that's only $9. So I think I'm going to cut the lamp part off and put my mic there. So I went and picked up 2 of these today. One's over the lathe, you'll see it. It's on the workbench over there. The other, this one right here, we're going to ruin. I've got this slug of 7075 aluminum left over from the suppressor project. It's already turned down and the ends are gross, but we will make an adapter here that will fit a microphone mount. And the adapter has to have an external thread that's this size. And this is a 5/8 by 27, which is a stupid thread, but we can make it. Once we remove the light fixture, we can either cut or figure out a way of removing this mounting plate and then fix our threaded end over this shaft. If we need to fix it with a set screw, we can certainly do that. It'll be that easy. This thing is tough enough. I think it'll work just fine for holding a microphone, especially in my very low requirement usage. I think I'm going to have to clip this cord, and then I might re-splice it to use the light somewhere else. So the first step is getting the aluminum in the lathe. I'm getting it dialed up in my 4-jaw chuck, although this amount of precision really isn't necessary for this project. The next step will be facing off the front end to be perfectly flat and true, and then turning it down to a cylinder. And that cylinder's external diameter will be 5/8 of an inch. The plan here is once it's turned down to the diameter, to thread part of that diameter to the 5/8 by 27 thread pitch that'll fit the microphone holder. The inside of this aluminum part will be bored to fit the post coming out of the lamp mount. Once I got the aluminum turned down to size and started preparing to do the threading process, I discovered that my lathe actually doesn't have a solution in the instruction manual to cut 27 threads per inch. Thinking on my feet, I decided to go ahead and chop off the threaded portion of my original piece of microphone stand. We will mount this to the lamp mount by making a bushing out of the aluminum we had just turned down to make the original mount. This will fit inside the hollow portion of the threaded microphone stand and then fit around the post on the lamp mount. As it is, it fit just a little bit loose, so I decided to cross-drill it and thread it for a set screw. At this point, it'd be a perfectly usable part. You don't even really need to machine anything. However, after sitting down and thinking about it for a little bit, I decided to do a little bit of research and discovered that LittleMachineShop.com actually has a calculator on their website that will find gearing solutions for a number of smaller lathes for thread pitches that aren't listed in the instruction manuals. With the proper gear ratio figured out, I go ahead and get the next part turned down to the proper size. And then we're taking a test cut here just to make sure that my thread pitch is exactly what I want it to be, which is 27 threads per inch. Checking it with a 27 threads per inch pitch gauge shows that we are right on the money and this solution actually works. So check that out if you have a small lathe with change gears.
From this point forward, we can go ahead and turn the threads down to their final size to fit the actual microphone holder. The threading process is one of the most complicated ones on the lathe and one of the most important. And though it's complicated, it's really not hard. And I have a number of videos that feature me doing various types of threads, from standard to metric, both external, internal, and left-handed pitch. So check out my other videos if you want to really see some good threading. Aluminum threads very nicely, and this went very, very quickly, and it was easy to get it down to the right size. Just to confirm, I went ahead and screwed my microphone mount on, and then we cut it up. Now this fit up against the post on the actual lamp mount well enough that I just used a little bit of red Loctite to fix it in place, and this will be a near permanent bond. It's incredibly strong, and one of the only things that'll actually break the bond will be heat, so if I actually take a torch to this, I can get it back off, but until then, it's probably not going anywhere. Now for the whole stand to be mounted, I start with the base, which is reasonable enough for a $9 lamp mount, and it just falls into there, so I can always remove it pretty easily if I need to. Screwing the actual microphone holder on, I can pan, tilt, and otherwise move around the head of this very easily to get the microphone in a number of positions. Well, it seems to work. When it's not being used, I can just fold it away and move it to the side, and it's out of my way. And as you can see here, that's all that's required of the part. All I had to do was cut off the little tiny plate that held on the lamp mount, pull the wires out of the lamp body, make this adapter, and screw on my microphone, and I'm in business. So I think this is going to work out to be a very sturdy mount, and I think it's going to be very handy for voiceovers in the future. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Check out my other videos. I've got a number of workshop projects such as this. And anyway, thank you for watching.